Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Blue Archive. In the last part, we did, we wrapped up part 1 of the new Hyakkiyako story. And now we're off to part 2, which surprisingly it didn't take them long to push this out. It's been like, what, a week? Since they pushed out the part 1, maybe a week and a half. But let's get back into it. Let's see what happens. I don't know if this is the final part of the story, or there's gonna be a part 3 or something. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. So let's head back into Hyakkiyako and pick up where we left off. But we ended up behind bars at the end of the last one. So, let's see how this gets resolved. I have absolutely no idea how many new episodes there are, so we'll just play it by ear and see how it goes. With boiling water, do depleted coals grow white. A branch blanket with white snow turns to charcoal. How lovely. The scent of this tea. We indulge in a cup, Shiro. Yes, yes! If you're offering it, Miss Kokoriko. You were simply exceptional last night. You joined hands with Zami. You wielded Totei's phantom illustrations against Hyakkiyako and captured Shell Sensei. I feared you two would find yourselves at odds. Instead, I'm overjoyed to witness your unity and success. Unity? No way! That snake charmer just did whatever she wanted! Do I sense strife between you two? Well, it's more so. I didn't do anything because that snake charmer wanted me to. I did it for you, Miss Kokoriko. No great tale is without great hardship. I know not the pages you and Anzami scribe. However, Shell Sensei capture is your triumph and yours alone, Shiro. Shell Sensei is the antithesis to the rumors upon which we thrive. An uninvited character to our story, whose very existence turns despair to hope, tragedy to comedy. We who give corporeal form to rumors find no natural enemy in such an outsider. Had the Hyakkiyako set this teacher upon us, no number of tomes could have guaranteed the victory we seek, which highlights the enormity of your success. You lured Sensei into our captivity with ease, and my chest welling with pride, Shiro. It was Kokoriko! But there is one thing I cannot understand. Shell Sensei always puts the students before his own safety, yet he left them to chase an enemy. Did you use some trick on him, Shiro? That's... Huh? Shell Sensei? Why did you throw me behind you? You were in danger. But... I tried to kill you, you idiot! I'm not even one of your pathetic students! Are you delusional? What, you think I owe you now? I'll devote my life to doing good and to being lame? I just wanted you to be safe. You were a kid in trouble. I don't really know. They're big weirdos, so maybe they just were acting on a weirdo whim? Perhaps. The unpredictability, which is our venom, which is also their greatest vulnerability. Miss Kokoriko, may I ask you something? You have my permission. When we captured Shell Sensei... What are you doing? Attack the teacher! Why? The artifact spirits that Totoi's phantom illustrations conjure attacked me instead of the Hyakkiyako. Since we control the tomes, the creatures shouldn't attack us. Do you know why they did? Is there something wrong with the tome? Possibility. Right? Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. Hearts are fragile, fleeting in their desires, and it is such hearts that pen that ghost stories. They are prone to such vulnerability that a single word, a trivial misunderstanding, will sway them to insecurity. Thus, how can a monster born with such a fragility in itself be trusted? Monsters vanish just as rumors do. Do not trouble yourself. The Ayame that was with the Hyakkiyako wasn't real either. She was a phantom fable of some kind, made by Nagusa. But she seemed so real. She laughed and cried with her friends with Nagusa. I mean, she thought that she was real, at least. Miss Kokoriko, do you think a phantom fable born from a ghost story can gain a human consciousness like that? Pointless ruminations. I find no need to answer. No, rather I find no need to even consider such inquiries. For what reason do you explore such inanity? Because, well, what about me? I don't know anything about you, Miss Kokoriko. So if my rumor fades, and I do too, the tea has grown cold. Did you have anything of import to discuss? Then I shall take my leave to the main building. With the Hyakkiyako and Shell Sensei under our care, nothing stands in our way. The rumor shall swell as the world burns to ashes, so our story shall prevail. Yes, ma'am. Ugh. How are we gonna get out of this? Additional application for stage installation services at the venue. Festival safety manager appointment request. Audit report on the Yin Yang Club subsidy. We're just one day away from the joyful Waraku Festival. Why am I the one who has to wrestle all this paperwork? What happened to my beautiful plan to dump all the tedious work on Kaho and we'll stroll the streets on an inspection? Aren't you supposed to be the president? Yeah, we're heading to the rehearsal now, so please take care of all the backlog paper while we're gone. Bye-bye! Huh? What? What about me? Of course, you're always invited to rehearsals, Nia. With the caveat that you all are overdue your documents and prove the Waraku Festival will be done first. Yeah, I'm more than accustomed to all your little tricks and schemes to get out of work. But if that laziness of yours causes even a single problem with the Waraku Festival, you will suffer the consequences of your actions this time. Scary. You're scary, Kaho. Understood. No objections. Kaho's gotten too sharp for her own good. She cut off my slack at the source. Can't believe I'm doing paperwork. Cheese is on stage on her rehearsal. Boo-hoo. Why can't I find some urgent excuse for blowing all this off? Maybe an important guest will magically appear out of nowhere. Nia, I'm sorry to bother you when you're busy. We have a guest. It's rather urgent, so could you meet with her? An excuse! Excellent timing. Your excuse? It's nothing. But this is a strange time for an important guest to come visit. Did another academy appear about the Waraku Festival and they want to see Chise in all her glory? No, it's not that. The president of the Hyakkiyako and Resolution Council, Nanakato Ayame, is here. Wait, what? President Ayame? Wait. Wait, I'm so confused. It's been a while, Nia. Have you been well? Well enough, but the water's been a bit rough. Hyakkiyako had its fair share of dramatic events, to say the least. I believe I could believe it. Can't apologize enough for neglecting my presidential duties for as long as I have. Just hearing you say that eases the aches in my soul. So, did the Hyakkiyako members ever find you? They went to the Abyss of Satellite School in hopes of bringing you back. Actually, yes. I was just with them. You came back alone? Are they still at Ebisu? And wasn't Shell Sensei with them as well? Yes, exactly. That's exactly why I came to find you as quickly as I could. We were searching the great snowfield for nature's beauty's base when we were hit by a sudden avalanche. That is not true. I just narrowly avoided being buried by the avalanche, but the rest are trapped in the snow and in great danger. We need to dispatch a rescue team immediately. If that's the case, there's no time to waste. Is anyone out there? Is anyone out there? Yes, President Nia. Send our fastest students to the northern district immediately. Seems the Hyakkiyako members and Ghost Sensei are trapped in an avalanche. Yes, ma'am. I'll dispatch a rescue team right away. I'm so confused. Which Ayame is this? Is this the real Ayame or the fake Ayame? Thank you for your quick response. As the head of the Yin Yang Club, it's my duty after all. Since that's been settled, I'll return to the Hyakkiyako club room and... Stop. You must be exhausted from your long journey, but I have just one more question. Of course, go ahead. Is Prisoner Ayame among those stranded? What? What do you mean? Oh, if you mean Hyakkiyako, perhaps I was unclear. I asked if the Hyakkiyako president, Nanakato Ayame, is among those stranded in this avalanche of yours. Did you think a shadow like you would pass my notice? What are you? To think you thought you could trick me with that reprehensible, distorted aura of yours. Furthermore, Ayame would never abandon someone in need, let alone a friend. You can only suspend disbelief so far. So, where is the real Ayame, you phantom fable? You figured it out faster than I expected, Nia. But I guess I'm not surprised. But, what now? Oh, it's the real one. After all, Ayame doesn't care about those members of hers as much as you seem to believe. Oh boy. Just a bit more. Just a little more and... Don't just stand there and watch, Kikyo. Help me pull these bars apart. I'm almost there. Just a little more and the gap will be big enough to squeeze through. Or perhaps we should save what little strength we have for what awaits us, rather than squandering it on fruitless endeavors. Look around. Not a single guard is posted outside our cell. They're confident that escape is an impossibility, let alone ripping apart iron bars. So what? You want me to just sit here and do nothing? I am thinking. Try to consider that brute force sheer power will not always be the solution. If you had simply trusted my doubts about President Ayame, we wouldn't be in this situation to begin with. I guess I've got no leg to stand on there. Oh, fine. Then what's the clever way out of here? Your clever brain's thought of, huh? Come on. This clever brain of mine would find it much easier to think without your incessant yapping. What did you just say? Kikyo, Rens, please calm down. This is no time for us to be arguing. It's all the commotion. How long was I asleep for? Ko-sensei! Mentor! How are you, Sensei? Are you injured anywhere? My head hurts a little, but I'm fine. Are all of you okay? I feel scraped, but nothing of concern. Being a member of the Hyakkiyako means being sturdy in both body and mind. This is par for the course. Well, at least they're doing good. I thought we got shot, to be honest with you. That's good. But where are we? This is the underground jail in the mansion of the beyond. It would appear nature's beauty imprisoned us here after defeating us. The Kano Koji family has a similar underground warehouse. I never thought even it would be used as a jail. Damn it. Only our bullets worked on those guys. Nature's beauty? What happened while I was asleep? To put it simply, our entire experience in the Northern District was illusion upon illusion. Kikyo explained everything that happened after I had fallen unconscious. This bitch. Can't believe Azami was a member of the Nature's Beauty. Truly, I'm still reeling in shock. How could such a kind president have actually been a member of Nature's Beauty plotting against us? From the very beginning, we played into their scheme. The trickery simmering behind all her false smiles. I'm nauseated at the mere thought of it. Wait, does that mean the district run the episode branch and all the residents we met were fakes too? That gives me the creeps. No, they had nothing to do with the 100 ghost stories. They were real. The 100 ghost stories are not powerful enough to conjure fake crops or for the festival. And if you recall, even some of the residents were unfamiliar with Izami. Then, was Ayame a fake too? About that, we arrived at the same conclusion as you, and Nagusa was the last one to see President Ayame before our capture. But she's been a bit quiet since we awoke. Are you alright, Nagusa? Are you hurt anywhere? I'm fine. My inadequacy has indebted everyone. Again. There's no apology that could absolve me. None of this was your fault. Those are nature's beauty freaks are the ones who did this. Geez, correct, Nagusa. You did your utmost to protect us all. Nagusa, you are upset, but the blame does not lie with you yourself. There is only one person to whom we can point fingers. President Ayame must right her wrongs. No, it's not. Ayame did nothing wrong. Nagusa! If I only taken the time to understand her properly. Ayame. That's right. It's your fault for clinging to a convenient dream and believing what you wanted to believe. Isn't it, Nagusa? Ibuki Shiro. That pathetic expression suits you nicely. What happened to all your bravado and resolve? I guess in the end you'll just always be a sniveling, groveling Nagusa. You really want us to believe that you didn't realize that Ayame was a fake? That you couldn't recognize the friend that haunts all your dreams? Lies. You shunned an inconvenient reality in favor of your pathetic desires. Then we were correct. That President Ayame was a fake? Of course it was! A friend who swoops in just as you're in danger, saves your life, and says exactly what you want to hear? That kind of stuff only happens in children's books. That Ayame, or rather, that thing that looked like her was actually Nagusa's fear, born from the magic of the cursed tome, Totoi's phantom illustrations. Nagusa's fear? But she wasn't frightening at all. As clueless as ever, aren't you, Kata no Koji? Sure, fear can be some nightmarish fool, but some people are scared of happiness. An unrealistic fantasy. A happiness you long for, but deep down you know is impossible to reach for ingrates like you. Isn't it terrifying when something you think you don't deserve pops up in your arm's reach? The more you indulge that fantastical happiness, the more harshness the reality gets you. And that's why Goryu Nagusa will never measure up to Nakata Ayame. You don't know anything about Nagusa. Deny! Try all you want. You can try, but no matter how much you wail and scream and cry, reality will be still waiting to welcome you. No matter what you do, you'll never be able to hold a candle to Ayame. Disposable. That's what you are. Trash, waiting to be thrown away once you lose your usefulness. Shiro, there's something I'm curious about. What is it, Shell-sensei? If you're trying to get under my skin with your pedantic nonsense, save your breath. You've been captured! You're the loser! I won't be fazed by a loser! Sure, you know everything from the start, didn't you? Was getting shot by the fake Ayame all part of an act? Huh? That's seriously your question? Duh, every single scene was perfectly staged and choreographed to lead us into the big finale, capturing you in the Hyakkiyako. Getting caught by that fake Ayame, luring you to the mansion to beyond. Huh? Shell-sensei? Even at the end when I used you as a shield. All of it! Yeah, I'm losing my voice. All of it was an act to grant Kokoriko's wishes! You may not want to hear this from a prisoner, and maybe you're sick of me telling you this again and again. But it's okay to pretend to be something you're not. After all, everyone does it in one way or another. But in return, you should never turn a blind eye to your actions. You did what you thought you needed to, Shiro. Here I thought you were going to say something interesting for once. Did you think you could enchant me with your pretty words? Is that why you saved me back then? To try and convince me to trade Kokoriko and help you? Seriously, you and your ridiculous fantasies. You're like a little kid playing pretend. Just like that Kuzuno you all believe in. You live in your delusions. Kuzunoa. If only Kuzunoa hadn't abandoned me to perish in the great snowfield. Why did she save me? Not Ayame. The world would be better for her if she had. What nonsense are you spouting now, Nagusa? Are you trying to pretend like you're actually met Kuzunoa now? Kuzunoa isn't just a victim from a legend. In fact, Nagusa planned to deliver me a letter from Kuzunoa herself. You're seriously saying that? Kuzunoa's real? The great prophet Kuzunoa, origin of the cursed tomes, and the first president of the Hyakkiyako? If you're still trying to mess with me... If I think about it, there are things that don't add up. Kokoriko told me that she left Nagusa stranded in the middle of a snowfield with no civilization in sight. So how's she alive? Not even animals are willing to go to that area. No one could have just happened upon her. Besides, that Shell Sensei. As much as they bend things, they've never lied. If the great prophet Kuzuno really does exist, hidden away in the Twilight Temple, somewhere out in the Great Snowfield, I could forge a new tome to replace the Lost and Knows Phantom records. How absolutely pitiful you are, Nagusa. Abandoned by your friend, racked with the guilt of self-loathing. In fact, I pity you so much that maybe I should give you one last chance, Nagusa. A chance? Exactly! After all, even though you ruined everything, you're still holding on to that little glimmer of hope that you can save your friend, aren't you? Then find me, Kuzunoa. Memories from the beyond. So, if we keep going this way, we'll really reach the Twilight Temple? Yes, there's no mistaking it. Even in this frozen wasteland, these landmarks are burned in my memory. The snow-laden trees, the frozen river, and that hill beyond. Yes, it's all identical to back then. Your weirdly good memory actually does come in handy sometimes. Alright then, hurry up! Let's get to the Twilight Temple. What's with her? What's gotten into her? She lets us go out of the blue and then pulls this? What's she scheming? While I can't afford to discern her ulterior motives, I harbor no trust from the nature's beauty. Do not let her fool you. We are but toys in her ridiculous game. I agree. We cannot trust her after the way she spoke of Nagusa. Her outstretched hand can only be trickery. However, when I'm gleaned, it would be safe to assume that she is currently acting of her own accord, which may open the door to our escape. Oh, are you planning something stupid because you're outside now? Don't even think about it. No matter how fast you think you are, I'll catch you. If you so much as to have a suspicious thought, Cynthia's head's going to look like a real nice place to bury a bullet. You quite enjoy spouting empty threats. Oh, I was a hostage. Huh? Obviously. Sure, you can command Kiboto students to a single word, but it just takes one shot to kill you. Where else would I aim? You're so fragile, yet you'll dive into danger just for your students' sake like it's instinct. How absurd. I just don't get you. The personal limitations don't matter when it comes to protecting someone. There you go again. Of course they do. You can't even protect yourself. What do you hope to achieve throwing yourself in front of someone stronger than you? What can you do if you're dead? It's totally illogical. Your actions have make no sense. Like I said, it's instinct when you see a child in danger. Rationality or sensibility play no role here. It's what people do. How do you say that like it's obvious? That's not obvious at all! We've wasted too much time on this pointless conversation. Let's get to the Quiet Temple already. Don't forget, even one thought about running a bang! You know, if we're all basically prisoners right now, why do we all have our weapons? This makes no sense to me.
二度もの手で。準備は終わりで。気合い入れていくよ。これが完璧。参考にして。百花繚乱の参謀に勝利は当たり前。
Yeah, I don't understand why we have weapons if we're basically prisoners right now. Been walking for half a day now. It's all just the same old stone rocks. Are you sure we're going the right way? Yes. Snow has grown thicker, but this cherry stump and stone path mark the way. The Twilight Temple. We've arrived. This is supposed to be the famous temple, but it looks completely abandoned. There is a certain stagnation about it, like human breath has not touched it for its air for hundreds of years. Are you serious, Nagusa? What are you thinking trying to pull a stunt like this? You told me you'd take me to Kuzunoa, and then you dragged me to some ruin no one's set foot in for centuries. Were you hoping for the chance to laugh at me and gloat once I realized? Or maybe you thought you could fight me and escape if I was by myself. Too bad! Whatever stupid little scheme you were trying to cook up, it was all for nothing. Because now these ruins will be your final resting place. You revealed true colors, Ibuki Shuro. Think we're just gonna roll over for you? No, I wasn't lying. I truly did meet a girl who called herself Kuzunoa here, and she gave me a letter addressed to Sensei. When I was there last year, the stump bloomed like cherry blossoms and the stone path sparkled. What are you even saying? In her words, the Twilight Temple is a place where the flow of time behaves according to its desires. The past exists betwixt the present and the future, and spring cherry blossoms hum their tunes alongside autumn's equinox flowers. When the night's claws clutch the sky and darkness so very deep mars human vision, turn to the settling sun and exchange names beyond the dusk. Who goes there? I am Kuzunoa, first president of the Hyakkiyako Resolution Council. Huh? Just a second ago, this was a crumbling ruin. A cherry tree. It's blooming. Guests have not crossed this temple gate in many moon, and such a commotion they bring with them too. I do rather hope I'm not facing noisy interlopers from centuries past. So, who has sought me out? I'm Gori Nagusa, acting president of the Hyakkiyako Resolution Council. As you requested, I brought you Sensei of Shale. Now this is a welcome face, my dearest junior. Hey, she's back. She's made her appearance officially. Well, I wouldn't say officially, but you know. You know what I mean. This girl. It's true the legendary great prophet Kuzunoa? The mystical setting is fitting, but her delicate, adorable appearance belies that. It's only natural you feel that way. After all, I am the founding president of the Hyakkiyako, educated in the art of war, and beautiful and talented. You'll be hard-pressed to find the like about Hyakkiyako's long history. You're Kuzunoa? I thought Sensei met Kuzunoa already. Something about the way you talk reminds me of Nagusa, actually. Oh? While the comparison is welcome, I'm afraid you confuse timelines. You do not resemble Nagusa. Nagusa, in fact, resembles me. For all I've existed for many a century before Nagusa was even a thought in the womb. So, Shell Sensei, I have much to discuss with you, but to begin, you're late! It's only now you've come to see me in so many moons after Nagusa delivered my letter. The excuse of business can only carry you so far. Perhaps you believe that a fox spirit like me is unaffected by time and the neglect associated with its passing. I didn't come on late on purpose. There were circumstances. I'm really sorry it took so long. Well, very well. I suppose I prefaced my invitation with, if there was someone you wish to save. I am aware of how all students depend on you and wait for you. And if I were a judge of human expression, it would seem you found your answer. Kuzunoa, the truth is Alright, enough of that. You haven't forgotten, have you? You all wouldn't be here if it weren't for me. That being said, get out. I have a tone to discuss with Kuzunoa. Kabuki Shiro. Oh, scary glare, Nagusa. What do you want? About the 100 Lotus, all you can do is glare. Oh, I did find the Twilight Temple thanks to you, so I guess I'll spare your little life. What? Did you just hit me? Children should not interrupt when adults are speaking. Now, wait your turn. She hit me. She doesn't even have the 100 Lotus. How did she know if the tome was magic? So not only are you a rude one, you're a fool as well. I am the very essence of the authority of the presidency. Do you truly believe I would not be able to wield that much which I created? Your ignorance is astounding. And you stand here on the grounds of the Twilight Temple in the domain of the spirit realm. Did you think you could trust the ebb and flow of time? Of reality as you expected? Oh. I'm telling on you to Tokoriko! Like a child who thinks she can slay a drag with a knife. So, my successor, why do you once again tread upon these grounds? It wasn't only to escort Sensei here, was it? You denied my existence and left this temple, and yet here you are. Do you now accept I am the Kuzunoa of legend? Yes, I won't deny existence anymore. It is your recognition that allowed me to wield the 100 Lotus and as the Hyakkiyo's rightful successor. But why wasn't it Ayame? Ayame is more capable than me in every way possible, and she waited and waited for you. So why? Why would you appear before someone like me who is utterly incompetent and weak? If you had acknowledged Ayame and said, if you bestowed the 100 Lotus' authority upon her, Ayame and everyone at the Hyakkiyako could have been safe. Things wouldn't have changed the way they did. And do you believe this? If Ayame had been the one to wield the 100 Lotus, do you truly believe that she would have led everyone to their happily ever after? Allow me to set a few misconceptions you have straight. It is not by my hand or permission that people pass through the Twilight Temple. What you see here is an echo of the past. This place, of their existence. They are forgotten remnants of that exist not in the reality whence you came. In this strange twilight where light and darkness cross, the past fades into a shadow, melds into the dark. Those who chase the light of their past can never see its shadows. And those who cannot face their shadow shall never be shining a light before others. Only when one sheds the light of the past, unmarred by fear, can one best the darkness of their shadows. And that is why, unlike Ayame, you and I met. But still, I can't leave Ayame like that. So I beg of you, please, how do I return Ayame to her true form? Her true form, you say? Tell me, my successor, what was the real Ayame? This true form you see. The real Ayame. My Ayame. She was like the sunlight of a high noon, the irreproachable president of the Hyakkiyako, always willing to lend a helping hand to everyone in need. And is that an accurate reflection of her soul? To you, who know her best, is that who Ayame was? Both inside and out? That was a fine match. Thank you, Nagusa. But with happy dreams, well, it's a harsh juxtaposition to the reality you end up waking up to. You were never my friend, Nagori Nagusa. Every living being dons a mask. We fear hate, abandonment, so we wear our most agreeable mask to pray to be accepted. It is the cost of society. And when a mask is so perfectly fitted, the line between reality and fiction becomes blurred to outsiders. Only the wearer knows what that line is drawn. So I'll ask one more time. Who is this true Ayame you desire? The Ayame I desire. I have no answer to that. I'm not her. I can't pretend to know who Ayame was underneath her mask. But even if I can't understand that, even if she pushes me away, I still want to be by Ayame's side. Split water will not return to its bowl, and the dead will never rise again. Likewise, you cannot change or return soul to its former state. Just as a flower cannot bear fruit until it withers, and in turn the fruit will fall from the flower and rot. The world is unshakable in its ways, the inescapability of cause and effect. Despite all this, you still desire to save someone. Whoa, Ghost Sensei, already knows this answer. Shiroko! Oh my god. I've learned something important, though. I discovered how it was that Hoshino was able to return to normal. Unlike me, she was in an incomplete state, and it wasn't the chrome that transformed her. And in the end, she had given up part of who she was, part of her nature. That is how she could move forward. If one can recognize who they are behind their mask, lay down their denials, and accept both the good and the ugly, then anyone could step into tomorrow. My successor, do you wish to save Ayame? Yes, I'll do whatever it takes. Then the answer is right before you. Do not deny her. What you can understand, you must reject. You must not reject. When you wish to run and hide, you must face her with resolve. Only then will you find your way. Do this, and you'll be reunited with both your friend wandering in the twilight and in the hand which you once reached out to you. That's enough! You think I came all this way for your stuffy old lecture? Humans. Ordinary humans. Will never be able to understand each other. If mouthing off that sort of nonsense were enough to be understood and say, who would care about rumors? You have to worry about what people think behind their masks and prove yourself even if it means getting hurt. Otherwise, no one will pay you a second thought. Otherwise, someone like me doesn't even have a home. Ever since losing... Dog my throat. Ever since losing Ino's Phantom Records. Oh, that tattered ghost storybook? What could you possibly with that old thing? That old thing? Since you drew all the way to the Twilight Temple, I'll show parts and wisdom upon you, child. The true value of a book lies in its story, not the gilded cover which houses it. Understand that, and you'll one day have a tome of your own. You're just dodging my question by spouting nonsense. Nonsense? Don't you know that all stories begin with a little bit of nonsense? You have a long way to go before you become a true storyteller. This is why I hate the Hyakkiyako so much! Huh. Another's gaze. At the Hyakkiyako, I feel like everyone's eyes are on me. Ayame. Fix this, Ayame! President Ayame! Those stares fled with both envy and adoration, curse and blessing. Their eyes pined me into my role. My mask, the mask of the presidents, the Hyakkiyako felt stitched into my skin. I could never bend under their scrutiny. I could never let them see just how heavy and painful the burden was. The very embodiment of the presidency, that Ayame. Beauty, propriety, impeccable conduct. That's what you'd expect from the head of the Hyakkiyako. Nothing is too hard for President Ayame, right? She'll receive all of our feelings, good and bad, without raising an eyebrow. Obviously, she's the president after all. Of course, I'm just fine. Lies. All lies. I slowly suffocated under that mask, bit by bit. They welded onto my face, chiseling and designing into whatever shape they pleased. Smile, Ayame. Be calm, Ayame. Smile. Keep smiling. It was my responsibility to respond with every conflict at the drop of a hat. Where others could throw up their hands and turn their heads, but I was there to pick up the pieces. And on the days when the exhaustion crept in, and the cracks in my mask deepened. You're not usual self today, President Ayame. Is something the matter? Go get some rest, so you can hurry and get back to your usual self. My mask had melted in my skin. To others, there was no distinction between me and the part I played. Why did I decide to... Why did I... Oh my god, I can't even read. Why did I decide to don this mask? Why did they decide that this mask was who I am? Why is everyone incapable of solving their own problems? I could never be as good as President Ayame. President Ayame can do anything. She's amazing. Only President Ayame can bear that mask. Soon, the line between me and my mask became blurred, even for me. That was when I faced my shadow in the dark of the night, and I realized I couldn't wield the Haunted Lotus. That was when I realized I wasn't perfect. I was the president. As the president, I was a failure, and I felt relief. I see. This perfect mask is just a mask. This responsibility was never mine to bear. Kuzuno will solve everything. The scrutiny, the demands. Kuzuno will take what was never mine to begin with. Come back with me, Ayame. You know, don't you? Kuzuno is just a legend. But she said that to me with no hesitation. Even though she's nothing but a crybaby. Even though she could never beat me in a duel. Even though she could never escape the expectations and remove her mask. Stupid girl. That's why you'll never move on. What's on your mind? Reminiscing. I was remembering the feeling of the gazes of all those who once looked towards me. Their gazes. The scrutiny, the pleading eyes, begging for my help. This place hasn't changed at all. They live their lives terrified of taking action for fear of judgment and castigation. And I couldn't play that role for them forever. In the end, I was crushed under their expectations. But you're not anymore, are you? You've blossomed into something exquisite. A monster fueled by regret and hatred. You are an unstoppable force. Yes. I used to be at the center of the scrutiny. But now it'll be my gaze that they are under. Hello. Ah, how beautiful! How exquisite! Yes, as I imagined it. And in the end, I was right. No matter how monstrous or incomprehensible, if you can't see it for yourself, it's not your concern. Unlike that brat's Tom, Totoi's Phantom Illustrations creates ghost stories that will flood this district with vivid picture of perfect terror. Run, hide and avert your eyes. Try as you may, our gaze is ubiquitous. Ah, what name would suit this beautiful phantom fable? Amongst the countless eyes opening across the city, they will see this and only this. Exquisite. We shall call it the single eye Hitosumi. Ayame. No. Hitosumi. Focus your gaze upon the pathetic people of this academy. Show them that those who hide behind all these gazes don't have the right to live their own. Oh boy. The festival must go on. Kaho! What is it now? Why are you in such a panic? There's less than an hour until the Waraku Festival starts. This is the best be that urges you making it seem. Otherwise, Nia should handle it back at the Yang Club room. Or, don't tell me Nia has slipped away again. Yes, Nia has disappeared again. But more importantly, now, of all times, I wondered if until I was blue in the face that her usual tactics would not be tolerated this time. What is more important than our president's negligence? What could possibly be more pressing than her disappearing in moments before the Wawaku Festival begins? Surely nothing has befallen my sweet idol Chise. I'm right here. Ah, Chise, what a relief. Well, if that doesn't have to do with Chise, I hardly see the problem. I think it'd be easier if you just came and see for yourself. What on earth? What are those eyes all over the district? Eyeballs. Rolling around. Yes, just a few moments ago they appeared out of nowhere and everywhere. Shizuko from the festival department has no idea where they came from, so we thought that maybe they were some special attraction you arranged for the Wawaku Festival. This festival is meant to showcase Chise's adorable cuteness. You dare suggest how decorative these things? But even if Shizuko doesn't know, then those eyes must be. This unsettling gaze. There's a strange familiarity to it. Kaho, can we do a staring contest with that big eye? Absolutely not. What the heck are these eyeballs? How creepy. Look, it's blinking. I think they're alive. Maybe if we shoot them, they'll get scared or they'll roll away. Wait a moment. So we know what we're dealing with, we should abstain from engaging. The bullet passed right on through? What the heck? It's like I was shooting at some illusion. Ah, they're multiplying. Ain't that the monster from the last fire? This is way out of our league. Run for it. Artifact spirits. This is the work of nature's beauty. Of all times, they make their move when the Hyakkiyako are in absence. Or perhaps, that is precisely why they've chosen to act now. Regardless, it's less than ideal. What do we do, Vice President? First, send out a broadcast to all the guests and staff currently in the festival grounds. They must not engage the monsters. All available staff should focus on safely evacuating every last civilian. But those eyeballs are everywhere. Where can we even take them? Well, Vice President Kaho, on top of the eyeballs, the same old object monsters from the last time appeared. They're attacking everyone in sight. It's like they were waiting for us. They blocked off every escape route. We can't escape their gazes. We're gonna have to call off the festival. What do we do, Vice President? Nia. If only Nia were here, at least. The best I can do is evaluate the situation and maintain safety and order. It's beyond my capabilities to formulate a counterattack. Kaho. I'm sorry, Chise. All your hard work, and we're going to have to call the Wawaku. No, that's not it. Look, a ninja. A ninja? Hey! The Ninjutsu Research Club is here! Kaho, you're safe! We got delayed because of the monsters. We had to shake them off. Ninjutsu Research Club? How are you? Are you here to help take down these monsters? Yes, technically. But we actually have an urgent mission to deliver. Yes, Ghost Sensei gave us a very important mission. And we have a message from Nia. Ghost Sensei? A message from Nia? About 30 minutes earlier. Hey. How embarrassing. Even as a shadow of finding the Hyakkiyako president is no mere walk in the park. Ayame truly lives with her reputation, now doesn't she? I suppose her ghost story will begin snaking its tendrils to the Hyakkiyako about now. Everything unfolded as exactly as I expected. Besides me ending up down here. Now all I can do is observe the final acts. Yeah, I suppose I should prepare at least one ace up my sleeve. Nia! President Nia, we've come to rescue you. Are you okay, President Nia? Ninjutsu Research Club? How did you find me? 3 of us have been following you. You see, Sensei bestowed a very special mission upon us before they left. Sensei did? Yes, ma'am. They were worried that with the Hyakkiyako in the way, someone could attack the Yin Yang Club. So Sensei asked us to secretly guard you, President Nia. Working in the shadows to provide discreet protection is the ninja way. So you mean to tell me that you stood idly by while I was being ambushed by Yami's shadow? Well, it happened out of nowhere, you know? We were taken completely off guard. And more realistically, we really couldn't have done anything against her. Yeah, just watch the way she moved. Made me too scared to do anything. Sometimes you just have to know when to pick your battles. Avoid disadvantageous situations to catch the enemy off guard when they least expect it. That's the ninja way. So we shadowed you until you were alone. Wow, President, that's how we do things sneaky style. This is the perfect chance. We'll get you out of here, Nia. No, the time for running is long past. Huh? What do you mean? The Hitsumi and the artifact spirits have already been spread all across Hyakkiyako, and nothing escapes Hitsumi's gaze. As long as Hyakkiyako is under its watchful gaze, there's nowhere to hide. Whether we try to leave or enter Hyakkiyako, Ayami and the Phantom They will be there. In fact, they might even be watching us now as we speak. Our plan's been exposed? Where are they watching from? There? Or over there? What should we do? If they can see all our plans, we're all going to be swallowed up by the spirit realm. No, Tsukio, you can't give up. Ninjas always fulfill their lord's order, no matter how dangerous or at what cost. I like your style. We're caught off and boxed in, but no response is the worst response. So we do as we've always done. We maintain balance. Ninjutsu Research Club members, instead of rescuing me, could you deliver a message to Kaho at the Waterku Festival? The festival must go on. Nia said that. Surely? She wants us to hold the Waterku Festival under these conditions. What could she be thinking? But since she's the president of the Yin Yang Club, she must have some kind of plan, right? Did Nia say anything else? She said that the Yin Yang Club should do what it's always done, which is maintain balance in Hyakkiyako. Ninjutsu Research Club members. Sorry to ask after you come all this way, but could I ask you just one more favor of you? Yes, leave it to me, Izuna. Could you please bring Shizuko from the Festival Operations Department here immediately? Once Shizuko arrives, we'll hold a festival that no one will ever forget. Ugh. Festival songs for all. Alright. We're getting close to time, so I'm going to wrap it up here. When we come back, we will continue the story and see what happens next. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you then. Later.